That was a little rough. We need people coming out of their shells and being them. We don't need people following suit. That's what's dying. I'm not finished here yet, so I think I'm gonna keep on going and camp tonight. Home sweet home. Here we are. All right, I'm getting ready for my second night of camping. As of this morning, I was pretty much ready to bail. It's been really cold, wet, uncomfortable. As I said, my air mattress doesn't work, so I'm sleeping on cold ground. But I'm experiencing fear for sure, and I was experiencing it last night, so I want to touch on that real quick. So what I do when I experience a really uncomfortable feeling, maybe a feeling I don't like, something of discomfort, whether it's fear or anxiety, I go inward and I transmute that energy. And the way that I do it is I just simply sit with the energy. Awareness transmutes energy. So I go into my body, I feel where it is. Maybe perhaps I feel the anxiety or fear in my chest or in my stomach or wherever it is, and I kind of like hold it. I kind of go inward and like energetically hold it, almost pretend like I'm holding like a baby or something, because it is my baby. It's a part of me, kind of like I'm almost like rocking it to sleep. But there's not much to do. The way that I've learned to do it is just to simply bring awareness to it, and then as I do that, I'll notice that my awareness wants to jump outside and be really uncomfortable. I want to look away, I want to distract myself. This is what so many of us do in life, is distract ourselves from the uncomfortable feelings when they come, and, you know, find a bad habit or something, or maybe indulge in some food or whatever it is, you know, for you. But I really learned this through medicine ceremonies, plant medicine ceremonies. What I mean by that is mushrooms, ayahuasca, San Pedro. I've had some very powerful plant medicine ceremonies. It's been the number one It's been the number one factor that has contributed to my transformation the most in my life, because what those master teacher plants do is they bring up your stuff for you to look at. And that's why they call it work, inner work. It's not easy. It's difficult. It forces you to face your shadow, face what's, you know, may not be working, right? But I always treat it as a part of me. So what I mean by that is I call it like Team Mike, right? So if I've got some fear, or if I've got something I'm working through, rather than blocking it or distracting or looking away or having judgment on and saying, oh God, I don't want to feel like that. Why is that feeling coming? I don't want that. That's like rejecting a part of yourself, because all parts are important, not just the good things in life. So when you feel the shadow side, right, that's also part of you. But rather than just like wishing that that would change, that's kind of like looking away and neglecting it as if it were a small child. I always look at it as a small child, kind of like it's my own inner child. Let's say you have a baby, your baby's crying. You don't just walk away and leave your baby. You spend time with your baby, you hold your baby, you rock your baby. So I'm like going inward and energetically really holding my own hand, kind of like rocking that fearful part, you know, to sleep. And again, there's nothing much to do except to just bring awareness to it. And what will happen, what happens for me eventually, is that that energy just changes, it transmutes, goes away, disappears. Not by force or anything, but just by bringing awareness to it. So last night I was sitting right in this chair right here, and the fear that I was feeling was really being alone, camping in this forest. There's nobody else here. And I sat with it for probably a good hour, and for the most part it passed, and I got to face my fear. When you face your fear head on, you can transmute the energy again by bringing awareness to it. I keep saying that because it's so important. So it's coming up for me again today. I'm feeling a little lonely, a little fearful. It's freezing out here. It's colder than it was last night. I did that hike today, and my clothes got freaking soaking wet. It's not warming up. I really, really wish I could build a fire. That would be amazing, and I just can't because they're not allowing fires right now since all the fires in California. So went in my car's down there, to get a little heat. And man, I was like, man, Mike, stop hiding in your car. Come on, man. Like, let's go face it. Let's go face it. Like, let's take care of this. When something comes up, it's a gift. It's a gift so that you could see what it is, so that you could take care of it, so that you could deal with it, so that you could transmute it. I send love to it. I get into my heart, and I'll also breathe like loving energy into whatever part of my body that I'm feeling it in. And then this is what's over the years has helped me lighten up. I get lighter and lighter and lighter, because these denser, lower vibrational energies like fear or guilt or shame, anxiety, you know, whatever it may be, they're here to work with. You know, we came into these lives with them, or we got them from our conditioning in this life, and they're really our tools. They're not enemies. They're here to work with. So anyway, like I was talking about plant medicine, it is a ceremony, and I really began looking at everything in my life as a ceremony. This is a ceremony. Being at a very sacred place like Mount Shasta is a ceremony. So I opened the circle to my ceremony last night when I set up my tent, when I made a circle of protection around it, when I set my intentions for what I wanted to achieve, and I just didn't feel like I'm complete. I wanted to spend more time here than one night, and you know, it's not always just like you know, having fun in the experience. It's really honoring whatever the experience is showing you about you. If you can look at what's emerging for you to look at within yourself, just keep looking at it and working with it, rather than going to a distraction or doing something else. And then that's how we get better. So that's how I've learned to do it. That's my take on it. So I'm still in ceremony tonight. I'm not looking forward to going back into that tent with that flat air mattress in this freezing temperature. And I'm not trying to prove anything by doing it. It's just, I sense where my discomfort is. I sense where my fear is. So this is what I do. I face my fears. I work with them. And it always pays off. And I always end up having a greater experience in life as I continue to do that inner work. We're all born whole, perfect, whole, and complete. But on the healing journey, to come back to your wholeness, to be well-rounded, to feel balanced, we must honor the darkness. We must honor the shadow. We must honor the things in life we don't want to look at. There must be balance. It's a universal law. Nothing is created without balance. There can't be light without dark. The whole universe works in a balanced way. The sun, the moon, the tides, the ebb, the flow. It's all balanced. When you honor the full human, the full experience of life, the happiness, the pains, the excitements, the celebrations, the sorrows, it's all important. So when you can start to look at the whole thing, you will start to feel whole again, or holy, as in coming into ceremony to deeply honor all parts of life. Holy,